The cold hemp rope was already screaming against my throat, the purple bruising hidden only by the shadows of a flickering motel light. I stood on the slick rim of an overflowing bathtub, my toes white-knuckled, heart hammering a frantic rhythm against my ribs. One step, one final drop, and the name Alex Rivera, once a billionaire Fintech hero, now America's favorite fraud story, would become nothing more than a tragic headline at the bottom of a news feed. My vision was already tunneling into blackness when the bathroom door didn't just open, it exploded, splintering with flu as Mia Torres charged through the midst of the storm, her eyes wild with a terror I hadn't seen in years. "Alex! No!" She threw her entire weight into my legs, dragging me back on the ledge as the noose snapped taut for one heart-stopping second before we both crashed into the grimy tile floor. I gasped, coughing violently, lungs burning as air rushed back in. Rage surged through me like fire. I shoved her hard, scrambling away, voice raw and broken. "Get off me! You don't get to save me now. You stood on that stage with him, his arm around you, calling me broken while the world laughed." My fists pounded weakly against her chest, tears mixing with the spit from my choking. She refused to let go, pinning me down, her own sobs shaking her body. "I know what it looked like. I know how much it hurt. But please, just listen before you hate me forever." I had to play the part. If I cracked even once, Ryan would have destroyed everything, including you. She fumbled for her phone with trembling hands, shoving it toward me. Hidden recordings played. Ryan's smug voice in his penthouse office. Late at night. Alex was always a weak link, too soft, too trusting. Framing him was easy. A few forged wires, some planted rumors, and poof, the company's mine. Screenshots scrolled next. Bank statements showing millions siphoned into offshore accounts under my name. Emails he'd sent from dummy servers to anonymous tip sites smearing me as a gambler and embezzler. Mia's voice cracked as she explained. I stayed close to gather this. Every fake smile, every time I let him touch me, every migraine I faked to avoid his bed, it was torture. But I couldn't tip him off. He monitored my phone, had trackers on the car. The only way I could meet you tonight without him knowing? I told him I was visiting my sick aunt in another state. Left my regular phone at home. Used a burner I'd hidden in my bag weeks ago. Drove a rental under a fake name. Parked 3 blocks away and ran here through the rain. If he'd suspected anything, he'd have cut me off from the evidence or worse. The proof hit like a tidal wave. Doubt cracked open to raw, aching hope. She hadn't betrayed me. She'd sacrificed everything to expose him. We clung to each other on that filthy floor, both shaking, her whispering apologies and promises between sobs. "We're ending this. Together. But you have to stay alive for it." From that night, we moved like ghosts. I vanished deeper. Rented a tiny room in a nowhere town under a false ID, surviving on cash gigs coding anonymous blockchain tools. Mia slipped back into Ryan's glittering world, her performance flawlessly, laughing at his cruel jokes over $500 stakes, letting his hand linger on her back at galas while her stomach turned. Each night she worked late. She'd slip away to a public library bathroom or a parked car, uploading files to encrypted drives we shared through dead drops, USB sticks left in library books, photos snapped of his open laptop when he passed out drunk. She recorded him boasting. Payflow's valuation skyrocketed after I got rid of the dead weight. Investors love a clean slate. We built an airtight dossier. Forged loan docs with my signature traced from old contracts, wire transfers routed through shell companies he controlled, even video of him laughing with shady accountant about making Rivera the fall guy. I wasn't idle. In the shadows, I recruited quiet allies. Carla, the forensic accountant I had met years ago at a conference, tore apart his books via secure chat. This is textbook embezzlement. Millions missing, trails leading straight to him. Leo, the fraud attorney who hated white-collar crooks, sketched legal traps over burner phone calls in empty parking lots. We planted subtle chaos. Anonymous tips to key investors hinting at financial irregularities. Tiny code vulnerabilities inserted into SwiftPay, the app Ryan had rebranded from stolen Payflow tech. That caused sporadic crashes, enough to spark user complaints and stock wobbles, but nothing traceable. Ryan's empire began a fray. His pitches turned sweaty. Board members whispered. Paranoia consumed him. Mia captured his meltdowns. Someone's sabotaging me. I swear it's Alex's ghost. He doubled security, but we were already inside. The final blow came at his biggest night. The SWIPE Global Summit Gala, a black-tie spectacle on a skyscraper rooftop. City skyline glittering like stolen diamonds. Ryan stood center stage in a custom tux. Mia at his side in a crimson gown that hid her clenched fists. He raised a champagne flute. To innovation, to leaving the past behind. That's when the screens behind him flickered. No slides. Instead, my face appeared, older, harder, alive. Then the montage. Ryan's confessions playing in crystal clear audio, forged documents zooming in, bank trails lighting up red. The crowd froze. Gasps rippled outward. Phones whipped up recording. Ryan's smile shattered. "This is fake. A hack security," he shouted, voice cracking. Mia stepped forward, mic in hand, voice steady as steel. "No, Ryan, this is justice. For Alex, for every lie you told." She turned to crowd. He framed his co-founder, embezzled millions, destroyed lives. The evidence is real. It's already with the authorities. Security parted as federal agents poured in, badges flashing, cuffs ready. Ryan lunged toward Mia, face twisted in rage. "You bitch, you set me up!" But agents tackled him mid-stride. He spotted me then, near the back. No disguise needed anymore, just a simple black suit and the calm of someone reborn. His eyes bulged. "Rivera, you're supposed to be dead." He thrashed as they dragged him away, screaming denials into the flashing cameras. The trial was merciless. Every recording, every ledger entry aired publicly. Ryan got 15 years, no parole chance or years. Assets frozen, reputation ashes. Mia testified with quiet fury, detailing her double life for full immunity. Her voice never wavered, but her hands trembled when she described a night she cried alone after his advances. Scars lingered. She still woke gasping from nightmares of pretending. But therapy, time, and us healed the worst. Today, our life is a quiet miracle. We live in a sunlit coastal home we bought with FlowSecure's steady growth. My new Fintech venture, built on radical transparency. Blockchain audits users can verify themselves. It hit $25 million valuation last quarter. But more importantly, thousands of everyday people write me. "Your apps saved me from debt traps. Thank you for being real." Mornings start with Mia's laughter as she brews coffee in an oversized tea, sunlight catching her hair. We walk the beach at dawn barefoot, hands linked, talking about nothing and everything. Dreams for kids someday. Her latest art show, her paintings of fractured trust turned to gold now sell out in hours. Evenings and curled on the couch, her head on my chest, my fingers tracing the faint scar on her wrist from a stress fracture during those dark months. She wears it like a badge now. Today, our life is a quiet miracle. We live in a sunlit coastal home we bought with FlowSecure's steady growth. My new Fintech venture, built on radical transparency. Blockchain audits users can verify themselves. It hit $25 million valuation last quarter. But more importantly, thousands of everyday people write me. "Your apps saved me from debt traps. Thank you for being real." Mornings start with Mia's laughter as she brews coffee in an oversized tea, sunlight catching her hair. We walk the beach at dawn barefoot, hands linked, talking about nothing and everything. Dreams for kids someday. Her latest art show, her paintings of fractured trust turned to gold now sell out in hours. Evenings and curled on the couch, her head on my chest, my fingers tracing the faint scar on her wrist from a stress fracture during those dark months. She wears it like a badge now. No more shadows. No paranoia. Just deep, earned peace. We dance in the kitchen to old songs, kiss slow under stars, make love like it's the first time every time. Fierce, tender, grateful. Ryan's occasional prison letters arrive. We read the pleas for forgiveness, then burn them in the fire pit, watching smoke curl into the night sky. Closure, not hate. Betrayal nearly killed me, but also forged something unbreakable. Mia's love pulled me back from the edge. Evidence and patience brought the reckoning. If you're staring into your own darkness right now, gather proof quietly. Find one ally you trust. Strike when the moment's right. You can rise. Stronger. What about you? Has betrayal ever shattered your world? And how did you claw your way back? Drop your story in the comments. You never know whose life it might save tonight. Hit like if this hit home. Subscribe for more raw revenge tales. And turn on notifications. You won't miss what's next. Stay strong out there. Would you like me to help you brainstorm some high-energy titles for this video script to maximize your click-through rate?